Boosted.
Hi everybody, I'm Ben Green, and I'm here with my best friend,
Anthony Thomas.
and you are listening to Screen Chasers.
Two pump chumps.
Two Pump Chumps, we are without Sneed.
Or as the French would say, sans Sneed.
Sans Sneed for our international audience. There is no Jermaine. He suffered a horrible freak accident. You guys might have heard already, but in case you haven't,
It involved a tow truck, a chain, a bullwhip, his dick, and a car door.
only Sneed, only Jermaine Sneed could do that. You were listening to Two Pump Chumps, as Anthony said, and we just saw the movie Jack the Giant Slayer.
Or as I shall refer to it as, Jack the Giant Fucker-Upper.
Bravo. And what is Jack the Giant Fucker-Upper about, sir?
I'm so glad you asked. The ancient war between humans and a race of giants is reignited when Jack, a young farmhand fighting for a kingdom and the love of a princess, opens a gateway between the two worlds. This movie stars Nicholas Hoult from Warm Bodies and Beast from X-Men First Class.
And wasn't he in that?
No, he was in X-Men First Class and Warm Bodies.
But he wasn't?
No, not this time. We already said that he was the little kid from About a Boy. Damn you, Ben Green!
Yes, he was.
Okay, this movie also stars Ewan McGregor from Star Wars, Trainspotting, and Big Fish. This movie also stars Eleanor Tomlinson? Yeah, the chick from Alice in Wonderland and The Illusionist.
Oh.
But we cannot forget Bill Nye. Nye? How do you say his name?
Nah.
Nye?
But not the science guy.
Not the science guy. The guy from Underworld and Shaun of the Dead. It also, most importantly, stars Stanley Tucci.
Yay! Wait a minute, who is that?
Tucci.
what has Tucci done?
He starred in Made in Manhattan, Jury Duty, Midsummer Night's Dream, and It Could Happen to You.
Wow, with a repertoire like that, how can you miss?
Yeah, everybody knows Stanley Tucci, you just don't know his name.
That's right.
One other person that makes a guest appearance in this, Evan Sweet Dick and Clausen.
He's in this movie too?
Yes, he is.
He's kind of in disguise. He's sort of incognito. But...
He is.
All right. Two Plump Chumps and Anthony, you and me, buddy, we saw the movie Jack the Giant Slayer, or as you like to call it,
Jack the Giant Fucker-Upper.
I love that title. I am so happy that we saw this movie because we've seen some real stinkers lately, and this one was just a breath of fresh air. It was great filmmaking, great directing. I mean, I wasn't sure about the movie, but Bryan Singer gave me hope, and shit, he did not let me down.
Hell yeah, man. Okay, seriously, Jack and the Giant Beanstalk, that's your movie, that's what you're gonna roll with. I tell you what, if Bryan Singer hadn't have been attached to this film, I would have been like, I'm not gonna go watch that shit. There's no way I'm gonna watch that shit. But I'm glad I did because it was genuinely a really good fantasy film. Like it was a fantasy adventure, and it was good from beginning to end. There was a couple times where they actually paced themselves correctly. They actually had a build up.
Yeah.
You cared about each character. There was character arcs, there were story arcs. The giants were badass. Hell, Jack was even a reluctant badass. And
He was.
when I saw that he was going to be Jack, I was like, okay, cool, that makes sense, he's Jack. But I'm not going to buy him as killing giants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the way in which he does it, I'm like, that's fucking clever. But we are talking about Bryan Singer, the director of The Usual Suspects, and clever is kind of his thing.
It's sort of what he does. It really is. And I think it shows what, can be done with a movie of this genre, of this type, in the hands of a talented filmmaker with a talented crew working on it. And one example of great directing has to be in the perspective of the giants / the humans.
Oh, yeah.
Where a lot of times in movies like this where people, where there's a giant and there's a regular sized person or a smaller person, the size is just really weird. You never get a true sense of what it is. It just feels strange.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. This one, not at all like that. You knew exactly how large the people were in perspective of the giants. And there were these great kind of POV where you see the giants' perspective and you're looking down at these people and it looks so small, below. And it looks like they would actually look if you were up above them.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the same thing where you're in the person's perspective and you see this giant coming down on you. And it's
you
great.
You really do. You feel like the walls are closing in on you and everything. You're like, holy crap, this thing is gonna kill me. There's a couple sequences where they bust out through the forest, and I was genuinely it was like a thriller. Like it was the actual moments where I'm like, holy crap, that's a big ass son of a bitch coming out of the woods. I would shit my pants right now.
No, it's absolutely true. I mean, and it's in the trailer. There's the moment where the guy's running away from the giant, and the giant's just watching him run away.
Oh.
And then it takes like 3 steps or something, and he's caught up with him, and he just like, boom.
Yeah, slaps him down like a little bitch.
And that's it. And there's a lot of little things like that are just good storytelling. Because you get a sense that this giant is huge. It takes 3 steps to catch up with somebody who's running away. It's just all around a fun movie, man.
Oh my god. Okay, there's one thing. We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about this film. It's just so good that you just need to go see it in the theater.
Absolutely.
Very rarely are we going to be like, you know what? Let's just stop talking. Let's go see this again.
Absolutely.
But this is going to be one of those times. I'm going to see this movie again this weekend. I'm going to take my girl to see this one. But I'm going to tell you this right now. One thing I have to talk about is the fact that they brought my boy Willow. Yeah, that's right. Mr. Leprechaun in the Hood himself, Willow. Warwick Davis is in this film. He makes a cameo. He's only in there for about 3 minutes, but he makes his presence felt. And then, like, as soon as you hear his voice, you know exactly who he is, and you know him as soon as you see him. I just want to say, Ryan Singer, thank you, sir. Thank you for bringing him in.
That's a nerd after my own heart. He knows Willow. He's like, I'm bringing him back. I'm bringing Willow back into the fold. That's worth seeing in and of itself. It has a laundry list of talented actors. It's ridiculous, and they all bring it.
There's so many actors in it. I when I did my synopsis on this, I'm like, man, okay, I could just be here for the next 10 minutes and just do the chase of who all was in it, kicking ass in this movie.
Seriously, because everybody brought it to the movie. Everyone delivered their part.
Hell, even
really cool
Sweet
way.
Dick shows up and rocks the shit for a minute.
Man, Sweet Dick, I didn't know what he was doing. But
He didn't know what he was doing, apparently.
You know, Sweet Dick had one job, and that was to try to tear down the beanstalk, because he just sat there looking like he was going to do something the whole movie. Did nothing. He did bring down the beanstalk. I mean, I don't want to ruin everything, but he caused a minor destruction while he was doing so.
And I'm going to tell you this right now. You say he didn't do anything, but I'm going to tell you right now, he's wrong. He did do something. He got his damn head bit off.
Ewan McGregor was in this movie.
Yes, he was.
And to be honest, like...
Mr. Kenobi himself.
Mr. Kenobi was in this movie. And I love him as an actor. Sometimes I do not like him in certain movies. Sometimes I love him.
The Island.
Yeah, that's one of them. That's fair to bring it up. But I'll tell you this. He was fantastic in this movie. And he had a pomp that would just...
That's one hell of a faux pomp.
It really is. What a hairstyle.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Ewan McGregor was he was a badass through and through. He was a smart ass. Everything that we kind of come to know of Ewan McGregor in an action film, he brought to the table. But he brought it in a really, really classy way. And then, like, you know what he kind of reminded me of? He reminded me of like a D'Artagnan from Three Musketeers, or he reminded me of Inigo Montoya from Princess Bride.
That's a good comparison. What I love about his character is that compared to Jack, who's supposed to be like, who looks like just a little bitch, really, compared to Ewan, who's like in a suit of armor, roles completely reversed. I mean, at one point, Jack has already killed a giant, and he's kind of arguing back and forth with Ewan, and he's like, I killed a giant. What did you do? And he's like, you only killed one. And he's like, that's one more than you did. And then he kills a second giant.
Immediately thereafter.
And, Ewan basically, what does he tell him? Like, he challenges him. He's like, take the princess away. I'm going to go deal with so-and-so.
And he said, no, you need to come with us. And he said, okay, how many men have you killed? And then Jack immediately fires back, that's a very valid point. I'll see you later.
Yes.
And it was like, done.
Cut to Ewan taking a nap on the rock ledge.
He takes a break. He takes a power nap.
He's just chilling.
He knew what was coming next. He knew.
It was great. Great character moments. Great stuff in there. Stanley Tucci.
Oh.
What
my
can you
God.
say about this man?
Dude, Stanley Tucci is like, okay, look, I have what's called a B list. What is it? I call it an A list B stars.
Uh-huh.
And Stanley Tucci is definitely up there with him. I've got my boy Paul Giamatti on there, and he is right on the same caliber. A hell of an actor. He's just a goofy looking dude, so he doesn't get that many great roles. But Stanley Tucci, every time he's on screen in any movie he's ever been in, delivers. And he does a hell of a job being Lord Farquaad in this movie. Oh, and his gross ass, like, Dennis the Menace style buck teeth.
Oh, there's some horrible teeth in this movie. I mean, the makeup. Stanley Tucci, they really ugly his ass up a little bit. They like smack him around a bit for this movie.
Oh yeah, dude, he was amazing. And every time he said anything or like interacted, especially his interactions with Jack, like, bitch, I'll kill you. Like it was just
the nonverbal communication between Jack and Stanley Tucci.
Him and his little hench person, like his little henchman. Oh
well,
man,
Ichabod Crane guy over there, just like ridiculous. Bill Nye.
Don't record. Shut up, bitch.
Bill Nye does a hell of a job as a CGI giant.
In your own way, dick. I love that laugh. Okay, all right, people. This movie is a hell of a film. You definitely need to go check it out in the theater. Can't say enough good things about it. There's one or two things that we could pick apart about this movie, but we're not going to waste our time because it's really not worth it. All I got to say about this movie is Hansel and Gretel and any other fairy tale bullcrap kind of fantasy film really needs to take notes from Bryan Singer on how to make a quality sci-fi fantasy adventure. Because this is one hell of a movie. That's it. I'm done.
Right on. Me too.
Ben Green? Make like the Sneed and send us home.
Hey everybody, this is Ben Green, and I'm going to fill in for Jermaine Sneed since he's got his dick in a cast.
I'm telling you, one too many dick push-ups.
I warned him. I really did.
One's all you need.
Furious masturbator.
Oh.
Furious masturbator.
He ripped his foreskin.
Jermaine is now a Hebrew.
Yeah, he is. Mazel tov, it's a boy.
Like I am. Thanks for listening to Screen Chasers, folks. This has been 3 Pump Chumps. Please check us out on Facebook. Like us. Your comments and your likes keep the energy going, and we love to hear from you. If you think we suck, if you think we're amazing, let us know, and we will let you know what we think about what you know.
That's right. So, in closing, we out this bitch. How